How on earth did Harry Maguire go from being the world's most expensive centre-back and the captain of Manchester United, one of the most famous football clubs ever, to becoming a meme player? Yeah, this guy captained Ronaldo, but now can't seem to go a game without hitting his own teammates or making some epic blunder. But let's be real, it wasn't always like this for Maguire. Back at Leicester City, things were way different. In this video, we're diving into the story of the Premier League's biggest punchline, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's career has had its highs though. Pep Guardiola once considered him the perfect replacement for Vincent Kompany at Manchester City, but United outbid them, showing how highly he was regarded. Yet Maguire's time at Old Trafford has been riddled with struggles. Some United fans see him as a hard-working player who's just had some bad luck, while others, especially on social media, have turned him into a bit of a joke. It makes you wonder, how does someone go from being a national team regular and the captain of one of the best clubs in the league to, well, this? Back at Leicester City, things were way different for Maguire. He was actually respected, and Leicester was still competitive, even making it to the Champions League. Before that, he started at Hull City and was on loan at Wigan Athletic, so those were his humble beginnings until Leicester saw something special in him. In 76 appearances for Leicester, he scored 5 goals and had 3 assists. Not bad for a defender, right? But his real talent was in defence. He only got 1 red card in over 6,700 minutes of play and 15 yellow cards, which shows he knew what he was doing. Defending in the Premier League is tough, but Maguire handled it well enough to earn a spot on the England national team, which only made United more interested in him. You can't really blame United for going after him, but dropping £80 million on him was a risky move. A move they're probably regretting now. Things didn't start off all bad though. In his first season with United, Maguire was solid, deflecting passes, making great plays, and organising the defence like a boss. That earned him the captain's armband, which was a big deal. He was named man of the match on his debut in a 4-0 win over Chelsea and played more minutes than any other player in the world that season. However, his rapid appointment as captain, just 6 months into his United career, hinted at the lack of leadership within the squad rather than Maguire's suitability for the role. Maguire tried to embrace his role as captain, seeking advice from former United captains like Wayne Rooney and Brian Robson and engaging in community work. He even won a PFA Community Champion Award for his efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, his rise to prominence was soon followed by a fall. He had talent, no doubt, but fast forward to now, and he's one of the most criticised players out there, if not the worst. How does an elite defender turn into the Premier League's laughingstock? Remember that own goal against Sevilla in the Europa League quarter-finals? It was in the 19th minute, and you're left wondering, how can someone mess up so badly under pressure? That goal gave Sevilla the equaliser, and in the second leg, United got wrecked 3-0, with the first goal coming from, you guessed it, Maguire. Let's rewind to where things started going downhill for Maguire, the Greasification. Yeah, this isn't even Premier League related, but it seemed to mess with his head. Before that trip to Mykonos, Maguire was a key player for United, helping them finish 2nd and 3rd under Solskjaer. But after getting into a brawl, punching a police officer and getting charged, it's like his confidence took a nosedive. Confidence is everything in football, and it seems like Maguire left his back in Greece along with the mess he got into. Maguire's confidence never seemed to recover, and even the arrival of a world-class partner like Raphael Varane couldn't help him find his best form. His decision to cup his ears in celebration after scoring for England in a World Cup qualifier was criticised by Roy Keane as embarrassing, reflecting the mounting pressure on him. By the time Erik ten Hag arrived, Maguire had become a fringe player, often overlooked in favour of others. Despite ten Hag's initial decision to keep him as captain, Maguire's role was clearly diminished. He was no longer the first-choice centre-back, and even when he did play, he was asked to adapt to a different role, which didn't suit him. When you watch Maguire play, you can't help but wonder, what's going on in this guy's head? Does he even realise he's playing for one of the most elite clubs in the world? Sometimes it looks like he's not even concentrating, making errant passes that go straight to the opponent. He's also terrible at keeping track of his marker during set pieces, like that time when he took out his own defender just to give Tottenham a scoring opportunity. The locker room talks after those games must be brutal. If you don't believe me, just look at the stats. Maguire has committed the most errors leading to shots on goal of any outfield player since the 2020-21 season. United's defence was a mess, and Maguire was at the centre of it all. To make things worse, during the 2021-22 Premier League season, Maguire was the second most abused player on social media, trailing only behind Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a harsh reality check for a player who, not too long ago, was England's golden boy, especially after his standout performances at the 2018 World Cup. The return of Cristiano Ronaldo to United also had an impact on Maguire's standing within the squad. Ronaldo's larger-than-life personality overshadowed the leadership of players like Maguire, and it's been reported that Ronaldo even suggested to Ralf Rangnick that Maguire should be dropped. This further eroded Maguire's authority as captain. The main reason Maguire got benched and replaced by Varane and Lisandro Martinez is that he was making too many unforced errors, basically playing for the other team half the time. And on top of that, he'd knock down his own defenders trying to tackle the ball, which is like handing the opposing striker a free pass to score. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Maguire's never been known for his speed, which means most opponents found it easy to get past him one-on-one. He was good at intercepting passes and breaking up plays from a distance, but when it came to one-on-one defending, he struggled. His lack of pace meant that Lindelof, Shaw and Varane often had to cover for him, leaving United's defence wide open. And with Erik ten Hag's new system of fast-paced attacks and high defensive lines, Maguire just doesn't fit in. His slowness has cost United big time, especially on counters, which is why Erik ten Hag had to bench him. Even when injury should have given him a chance to reclaim his place, things didn't go his way. A disastrous game against Sevilla in the Europa League and a suspension for the FA Cup semi-final only made things worse. Ten Hag even preferred playing Luke Shaw, a natural left-back, in central defence over Maguire, which says a lot about the situation. In the 2022-23 season, Harry Maguire struggled for game time at Manchester United under Erik ten Hag, starting only 8 Premier League matches as the Dutch manager once again preferred the central defensive partnership of Raphael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. However, injuries to some key defenders in the 2023-24 season opened the door for Maguire to prove his worth again. This came after a rough international break in September, when Maguire scored an unfortunate own goal in England's 3-1 win over Scotland. The backlash was intense, so much that even his mother stepped in to defend him, against the criticism in the media. Despite this, Maguire managed to turn things around at Old Trafford, with his performances noticeably improving throughout the season. However, with Manchester United's acquisition of 2 new centre-backs, Matthijs de Ligt and Lenny Yoro, Maguire's playing time is expected to decrease significantly. Many fans believe that Erik ten Hag will favour a centre-back pairing of Martinez and de Ligt, both of whom he coached at Ajax. This leaves Maguire's future at the club in doubt, as he may find himself even further down the pecking order. Is there any hope for Maguire to turn things around? Maybe, but time's running out. Football is a tough world. If you don't perform, you're as good as gone. If Maguire wants to stay in the game, he's going to need to seriously step up. But right now, it seems like the only reason Ten Hag would start him is to give fans a good laugh. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but in Maguire's case, it looks like everything that's happened, from Mykonos to losing his starting spot, has only made things worse. What do you think the future holds for him with the new competition? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more football updates and stories.